What if I told you that the gradual loss of sensitivity many men begin to notice over time is not something you're simply supposed to accept as part of getting older? What if there were a simple, natural approach that could help restore sensation, improve tissue health, and even reverse some of the changes that occur as the penis ages? And what if that approach involves something as straightforward as using a specific type of oil during intimate moments? I'm Dr. Aria Brooks, and today I want to share with you some fascinating research showing how one particular oil can make a dramatic difference in maintaining and even restoring penile health and sensation as you age. Before we go any further, let me ask you, how old are you and where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments so men everywhere can see they're not alone. And if men's health, confidence, and real conversations matter to you, hit like and subscribe. This channel covers what most people won't. Now, before we dive into the specifics, it's important to understand what is actually happening inside penile tissue as men get older, because understanding the problem is always the first step toward solving it. The penis is made up of specialized tissue that depends heavily on healthy blood flow, proper nerve signaling, and strong tissue elasticity. As men age, several gradual changes begin to take place. The small blood vessels that supply penile tissue can become less efficient over time. The collagen and elastin fibers that give this tissue its flexibility and resilience begin to break down. The nerve endings responsible for sensation may also become less responsive. And perhaps most importantly, oxidative stress and chronic inflammation can damage the delicate cells that make up erectile tissue. This combination of factors leads to something many men experience but rarely talk about openly: reduced sensitivity, slower arousal, less firm erections, and an overall decline in sexual satisfaction. But here's the critical part. While aging does play a role, much of this decline is not inevitable. In many cases, it's the result of cumulative tissue damage that can often be slowed, prevented, and in some situations even partially reversed with the right approach. So what is this oil I'm talking about? It's vitamin E oil. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Vitamin E, that sounds almost too simple. But stay with me, because the science behind this is genuinely compelling. Vitamin E is not just a single compound. It's actually a family of powerful antioxidants with unique properties, especially when applied directly to penile tissue. To understand why this matters, we need to look at what vitamin E does at the cellular level. Vitamin E is what's known as a fat-soluble antioxidant. That means it can penetrate the lipid membranes that surround every cell in your body. The cells that make up penile tissue are surrounded by these membranes, and they are constantly exposed to damage from unstable molecules known as free radicals. Free radicals damage cells through a process called oxidative stress. Over time, this oxidative stress weakens tissue, impairs function, and accelerates aging. When vitamin E is present within the cell membrane, it acts like a protective shield. It neutralizes free radicals before they can damage the cell itself. But vitamin E does more than just protect against oxidative damage. Research shows that vitamin E can improve blood flow to tissues by enhancing endothelial function. The endothelium is the thin layer of cells that lines the inside of your blood vessels. When it's healthy, it produces a molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide signals blood vessels to relax and widen, allowing more blood to flow through. This increase in circulation is absolutely critical for erectile function and overall tissue health. Better blood flow means more oxygen and more nutrients reaching penile tissue, and that improved delivery supports cellular repair, maintenance, and regeneration. There is another important reason vitamin E is particularly well suited for penile health. It plays a role in maintaining tissue elasticity. As mentioned earlier, collagen and elastin are proteins that give tissue its flexibility and ability to expand and contract. Vitamin E has been shown to protect these proteins from degradation and may even support the production of new collagen. This is essential for preserving the structural integrity of penile tissue. It helps ensure erections remain firm and that the tissue can expand properly during arousal. And before we move on, I want to quickly mention something I've created that ties directly into what we're talking about. It's called the All-in-One Men's Vitality and Intimacy Blueprint, a practical guide guide for men over 50 who want to rebuild circulation, sensitivity, energy, and connection naturally. Inside, I share the same strategies I use with my own patients. You'll find the link in the description and pinned comment if you're ready to go deeper. Now let's talk about nerve sensitivity, because this is where vitamin E truly becomes important. The nerve endings within penile tissue are extremely delicate. Over time, oxidative stress, reduced blood flow, and chronic inflammation can all interfere with proper nerve function. As nerve signaling declines, sensation becomes muted and arousal can take longer to occur. Research has shown that vitamin E has neuroprotective properties. It helps support the health of nerve cells and improves the efficiency of nerve signal transmission. That translates into improved sensitivity and more pleasurable sensations. When vitamin E oil is applied topically during masturbation or other intimate activity, it delivers this compound directly to the tissue that needs it most. The combination of physical stimulation and absorption creates a therapeutic effect that oral supplementation simply cannot provide. Here's why that distinction matters. When vitamin E is taken as a supplement, it's distributed throughout the entire body. Only a small fraction ever reaches penile tissue. But when vitamin E is applied directly to the skin, especially during arousal when blood flow to the area is already elevated, much higher local concentrations can be achieved exactly where they're needed. This targeted delivery is one of the key reasons topical application is so effective. It's also important to understand that masturbation itself, when done mindfully and not excessively, can support penile health. It helps maintain neural pathways. It encourages regular blood flow to the tissue, and it plays a role in preserving erectile function over time. When vitamin E oil is added to this practice, a natural activity becomes a therapeutic one. The massage action helps the oil penetrate deeper into the tissue while simultaneously stimulating circulation and nerve activity. Together, these effects create an environment that supports healthier tissue, stronger signaling, and improved sensation. Research has shown that vitamin E can address several specific aspects of penile aging. One study found that topical vitamin E improved tissue oxygenation, which is essential for maintaining healthy cells and supporting long-term tissue function. Adequate oxygen levels allow cells to produce energy efficiently and repair damage more effectively. Another study demonstrated that vitamin E could reduce fibrosis. Fibrosis is the formation of stiff, scar-like tissue that can develop within penile tissue over time and interfere with normal function. By limiting fibrotic changes, vitamin E helps preserve flexibility and responsiveness. Additional research has shown improvements in endothelial function with vitamin E use, leading to better erectile responses. But the benefits don't stop there. Vitamin E also has well-documented anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now recognized as a major contributor to aging in general and sexual health decline in particular. This type of inflammation can damage blood vessels, impair nerve signaling, and accelerate tissue breakdown. By reducing inflammation, vitamin E helps create an internal environment where tissue can repair and regenerate more efficiently. This combination of improved circulation, reduced oxidative stress, and lower inflammation is what allows vitamin E to support tissue health at a deeper level. Rather than targeting a single symptom, it works across multiple biological pathways involved in penile aging. Now, you may be wondering what type of vitamin E oil to use because not all vitamin E products are created equal. Natural vitamin E, labeled as D-alpha tocopherol, is more bioavailable and more effective than synthetic vitamin E, which is labeled as DL-alpha tocopherol. This distinction matters because the natural form is better recognized and utilized by the body. You'll also want to look for a vitamin E oil that's relatively pure, without added fragrances, dyes, or unnecessary ingredients that could irritate sensitive skin. Some products include mixed tocopherols, meaning they contain multiple forms of vitamin E. This can actually be beneficial because different tocopherols have slightly different biological effects and work together synergistically. The consistency of the oil matters as well. You want something thick enough to provide proper lubrication, but not so heavy that it feels uncomfortable or fails to absorb into the tissue. Most high-quality vitamin E oils naturally fall into this range. Some formulations combine vitamin E with other beneficial oils, such as coconut oil or sweet almond oil. These additions can enhance moisturizing and skin conditioning effect while improving spreadability. Now let's talk about safety and potential concerns. Vitamin E oil is generally very safe for topical use. However, some men may experience sensitivity or mild irritation, particularly particularly if they have very sensitive skin or a known allergy to vitamin E. That's why it's always a good idea to perform a small patch test first. Apply a small amount to the inside of your forearm and wait 24 hours. If you notice redness, itching, or discomfort, discontinue use. There is one additional safety consideration that's important to mention. Vitamin E oil should not be used with latex condoms. Oil-based products can degrade latex and compromise condom integrity. If you're engaging in partnered activity and need to use condoms, it's best to use a water-based lubricant instead and reserve vitamin E oil for solo use. The way vitamin E supports penile health is multifaceted. It helps protect healthy cells from oxidative damage. It improves circulation and reduces inflammation, creating the right environment for tissue repair. It supports collagen and tissue regeneration, and it helps protect nerve function, leading to improved sensitivity. What makes vitamin E especially compelling is that it addresses the underlying causes of penile aging rather than simply masking symptoms. Many products promise quick results through temporary stimulation, but vitamin E works at the cellular level, which means benefits can build over time with consistent use. When it comes to application, technique and consistency matter. You only need a small amount, roughly the size of a coin. Warm it between your hands, then apply it to the shaft and head using slow, gentle massage. The massage itself improves absorption and encourages blood flow, helping the vitamin penetrate deeper into the tissue. Applying vitamin E during arousal is especially effective because increased circulation helps deliver it exactly where it's needed most. Some men notice changes quickly. For others, it may take a few weeks. Be patient and consistent. Real tissue repair takes time. Beyond local effects, vitamin E also supports hormone balance, cardiovascular health, and reduces overall oxidative stress, all of which play a role in energy, libido, and sexual performance. One of the strengths of this approach is its simplicity. It's natural, low risk when used properly, and something you can do privately at home. You're not relying on medications or invasive procedures. You're supporting your body with a compound it already recognizes. Vitamin E isn't a cure for conditions like Peyronie's disease, but early research suggests it may offer supportive benefits, especially in earlier stages when used alongside medical guidance. Many men also report improved sensitivity after several weeks of use. That aligns with improved circulation and nerve health, conditions that allow nerves to function optimally. There's also a psychological benefit. Taking proactive steps toward your sexual health shifts your mindset. You're no longer accepting decline. You're taking control, and that sense of control alone can improve confidence and satisfaction. Using vitamin E oil isn't about chasing unrealistic expectations. It's about maintaining tissue health, preserving sensitivity, and supporting erectile quality as you age. If you've been noticing changes in sensation or performance, vitamin E oil may be worth exploring. Use it consistently and give your body time to respond. Before we wrap up, a lot of you ask me which natural supplements actually deliver results for men's health. After reviewing the research and what I've seen in practice, I've narrowed it down to 4 essentials: for erection quality, stamina, testosterone balance, and prostate comfort. They're all natural, science-backed, and linked in the description and pinned comment below. And remember, this channel is a safe space where men support each other. Let me know your age and where you're watching from in the comments. Aging isn't the end. It's a new phase when you have the right tools. I'm Dr. Aria Brooks, and I'll see you in the next video.